gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Aero League Racing, Tier 2. I'm your host, Bloodwave, and I'm joined by my teammate, Adam Millsy. Teammate and co-commentator, I should say, actually.
Hello. Yeah, man. Hello.
Right, so,
I hope it's live.
I do too, actually. I hope it's working this time. Otherwise...
So, on the first lap, we have hyped Schultz, so if you want to run on board with him.
Schultz, yep. Following him right now. Why is the stream not going wide?
It's still not popped up, mate. Yeah.
Oh, wait, it says one watching. I assume that means it's up somehow. Let me just check the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it hasn't posted in... I can't see it on the channel. Oh, there we go. Yep, it's popped up.
It's up? Alright, perfect.
Weird.
Right, let's follow Hyped around for his first lap. Approaching the end of Sector 1 at the moment. He's taking it pretty tentative in second gear, actually. Looks a pretty tidy lap so far, if he can keep it under control. So that's purple Sector 1, but that, of course, is because he's the first person to go through the first sector, as he invalidates on the exit of that so tricky corner at the start of Sector 2, and that is going to be hurting him. As he hopefully he fueled up for enough runs.
Is Jaguar.
Alright. Let's ride on board with him.
Hello, Staver. It's Adam Millsy. That's
okay.
me, baby. Second time we tried to stream, but got there in the end.
Yep, it worked. Worked
out. So Jag is the next on the lap.
It's just I believe approaching. Yeah, it looks pretty tidy so far. He's not really messed with the curbs too much, which you don't really want to do in these wet conditions, as well as there's a Mercedes kind of parked on the apex there. That is not very nice. And Jag having to run wide invalidates his lap. That's unlucky for him.
The Mercedes has done it again to the Aston.
No
Nick
way.
Champ. Nick Champ through the...
I believe he was on his outlap, though. So,
he's on his outlap.
Yeah, so now he should be starting a lap. Tier 1 dry, I'm begging.
Hyped. I'm begging too. Oh,
there it is. Talion Arrigo with the fastest lap so far, 141.0 as he cuts turn 1 completely. Not sure what's up there. Halnan goes P2, and Alu Palu beats Rigo by a whole 6...
Wow.
Almost 6/10. Wow, that is very impressive for him.
No.
Whoa.
Second.
Whoa! Oh my... yeah, wow, I did not even notice that. Alu Palu. Really quick there. I don't think Rigo probably had the best of laps, as now we have a lot more people setting lap times. We have a yellow flag in... Is that Sector 1 or 2? I believe that's Sector 1, and...
Yeah, that is a... Alpine of Said has spat.
Oh,
That's
right.
an Alpine, mate.
There's a Ferrari there as well, just at the start of Sector 2. But Bambino goes second. Yes, lower than Alu, crucially. So, 2 and a bit.
Wow.
Well, less than 2 tenths.
Alu must have had a bit of monster there.
Yeah, he probably did.
Fair play.
It's impressive from him.
Alu is maybe on another lap.
I would hope so, because...
No, he's recharging. He's charging.
Okay. Alright. It's Pyro getting a lap in, 2:04. I probably had problems on that lap. So we have another yellow flag. That is for an AlphaTauri slowing down.
That might have been.
Yeah.
So who's next? Hyped, going for another lap, maybe?
Yeah, he's validated, so probably going to start another lap. I'm just riding on board with Reese and the AlphaTauri now. See, he comes through Sector 3. Almost flat through Scene Corner. Not quite, though. I don't think the grip is quite there yet, but towards the end of the session we might see enough grip for that, as we have another yellow flag for that AlphaTauri in Sector 3. Start at Sector 3. Finns know what to do with wet surfaces. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Steva. Mitchell, I'm not sure if it's raining for the race. It's anyone's guess. So Reese now comes through the final corner, takes in third gear, gets the power down as he approaches the line. Let's see what lap time he can set. It is a 1:41.6, good enough for P11 on that occasion. So, yeah.
Yeah, bit of a gap forming here between sort of 11th and 10th. It's a good 6/10th gap. Then pretty close until we get to sort of DDK Bambino, where there's another 6th, 10th jump. Quite impressive by DDK. That's a good lap.
Yeah.
I've never seen him before, so. Well, he was in the last race, obviously, but.
Rolla is on a lap now as well.
I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Was DDK reserved for Williams? I think he was, wasn't he?
Was he?
In the last race, because I don't recognise this blurry Julio fella.
I believe. I'm not sure actually. I know that Reese is a reserve in the Alpha Tauri, but not quite sure.
Right.
And then
Someone just set a new lap.
I think Halnan's approaching the last corner now, maybe to set a lap time. He is plumb last at the moment, but let's see what he can do. Yeah, a bit out of shape on that last corner, getting the power down so tricky in these conditions. And he does improve, goes P14. So not a bad effort from him.
Yeah, nice.
Hello, Saeed. How you doing, man?
Yeah, so just an update on the weather forecast. It is a dry race.
Dry
It
race,
should
okay.
stay dry, and qualifying is going to stay wet. Apparently.
Alright.
So it's going to be all wet qualifying.
Right, all eyes on Rolla as he rounds the final corner and approaches the start-finish straight. Let's see what lap time he can set. We know he's quick, and he goes up to P6 just ahead of his teammate. You know, this has been quite a story in qualifying sessions between these Aston Martins. They've been pretty evenly matched so far. At least they were last race and this race as well. Both teammates right next to each other.
Yeah. Good lap by Rolla. I mean, that really does just make Alu and Bambino's lap stand out, doesn't it? Because that was Alu's first lap, and he's gone a second quicker than Rolla, who is quick.
Yeah.
Quite impressive by the Finn. The flying Finn.
The flying Finn of Tier 2.
Make your up.
I'm just trying to see who is going for it right now. I think I Am Groot is starting the lap. Yeah, he is in the Mercedes.
It's really confusing when people go on the Inters because they don't set just one lap.
It's so hard to follow everybody. I'm not sure like who to follow on these laps. But right, Alupal is starting the lap. Bambino is still further behind in Sector 3. I'm going to ride on board with Alu for this one lap, see what he does. As he approaches turn 1, goes down to fourth gear. That's just about right. Nips the apex and understeer, and he validates on the exit of turn 2. Yeah, oh dear.
That was a bit hot turn 1, I think that was.
Yeah, a bit too much on it. Right, Bambino now starting a lap. Let's see what he can do. Can he beat Alu's time on these Inters? He's put on a fresh set for his second run. 7 minutes left in the session. He takes turn 1 and 2 and gets through there neatly. That was quite on the limit, actually. Gets a good exit now. And let's see, he doesn't quite get the apex for the next one, but still keeping a good minimum speed as he approaches the end of Sector 1 and through here. It's so difficult to know when to put the power down, but it looks like he's gotten it just about right. Flat out now through this left-hander as he approaches the back straight. No DRS in these wet weather conditions, of course, but you'll still be looking to reach top speeds of around 320 kilometers an hour.
First sector.
Yep, fastest through the first sector as now he approaches the chicane. It's very tricky not to invalidate here, but he looks like he's done it nicely. Gets on the exit curbs, and now foot flat to the 4 as he heads towards Scene Corner. Let's see if he gives it a lift or not. Fastest through the second as well.
He's on an absolute flyer.
And he keeps it flat through there, which means there is enough grip now. It just seems like the car is handling so well.
Ramping up.
Yeah, it is, and Bambino looks
definitely ramping up.
Totally in control as he Well, just about brings it in for the apex, actually. I'm not too sure, not too familiar with this track, but as he approaches the end of his lap, one more corner left to negotiate after this, and wow, he's really just nailed that last one, hasn't he? He's gone perfectly on the apex and puts the power down. This is going to be a hell of a lap. Let's see what lap time he can set.
Could see high 30s.
Wow. Wow.
I looked at.
Yeah, 38.960 goes quicker than Alu by 5/10 that time around. That's a good lap.
That was absolutely solid by Bambino, but we know he does that. He does this for a living, right? The guy is he's a fraud, right? I'm calling him out. How can he be in tier 2? The guy is 5/10 clear.
Well, I mean, it's the same situation as what I had last time. You know, it's just a matter of, oh, I can't race on Sundays. You know, that type of shit.
I think he can. I think he can. I think he wants a title under his belt. I don't know if he's won one before, but he might do. I might be lying.
Not quite yet, although he was challenging for it last season. And, yeah, I mean...
Hello.
Oh. Invalidates again, does he? Wait, no, he's still...
he's just pitting.
He's going to pit.
He's binning it off. He's thinking, you know what, fresh start. We'll go at him again.
Yep.
I respect it.
Can't blame him, man.
Bambino's on another lap.
Is he?
Only 2.5 tenths. Yeah, only 2.5 tenths down.
And he
Also
goes in the
pits.
pits. Yep.
Never mind. Who next? Mini turns on an out lap.
Yep. We have a few people on their laps, actually. I think we have Howland. Groot is not on a lap.
Just looking at that, looks like a bit of traffic.
Yeah, he's coming up on a few cars in front. I'm not sure if the car ahead is on a lap themselves. No, they're not. Hopefully they'll get out of the way nicely for him.
McLaren. Nice to do that from Hamilton.
Yeah, a bit low on the gears, I think, especially in these conditions. It just scrubs off your minimum speed so much. Oh, a downshift for Scene. See, that's the difference. Bambino was taking that corner completely flat out.
A lot more confidence, I think.
Yeah.
Bambino.
Slimmy gets disqualified for going the wrong way. Interesting.
Brother. What? He thought it was practice.
Ah, poor guy. He'll be starting from the back.
20th, yikes. Howland, 2.5 tenths up.
Yeah. Not sure if that'll see an improvement, though. The next guy ahead being 4 tenths down the road. Yeah. Oh, no, actually. Wow.
13th.
Must have found some time in that last sector.
What is going on? It's Tano Rio.
I think he's struggling with that ABS in the wet conditions. But he still has time to get another lap in.
Yes. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's a bit deep, Rigo. We don't do that.
Let the man live. He's on his outlap, alright? Come on. Come on.
He's on 5 lap holes. Why is it changed?
Nah, it's on 0 for me. This game is...
Oh, really?
Yeah, this game is just something special, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, guys.
Alright, we'll actually check out Rigo on his lap. We're seeing a lot of people jump up the timing screens. The track is definitely ramping up and getting quicker. We're seeing we now have 5 people into the 39s as opposed to just Alu and Bambino before. But Rigo rounds the final corner to start his last lap. We'll keep an eye on him for this lap. Hopefully he doesn't invalidate or something in a turn 1, although I wouldn't want to give him the corner's curse.
He could get another one.
Corner's curse.
He could get another one in.
Yeah, he could. If he rushes.
As long as he doesn't spin, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think that was a bit of a lockup. Yeah. I'm not sure how he got his working points for this. Ooh, rear wants to step out a bit too trigger happy on the throttle there, but It's looking alright so far.
Not up by much in the first sector, but there's two others for that. Oh dear, as he goes straight on. Yikes.
That is...
rough day. Rough day for the Rigo. But he's got another lap. Bambino and Alu both on laps.
I believe he's saving his ERS now as well, Rigo. Alu's a 10th up. Alright, let's keep an eye on Alu as well. So that's the fastest...
He's now 4 tenths up.
Fastest second sector out of anybody in the session so far. He will definitely be challenging Bambino's time. Let's see if he can keep it together in this last sector.
Decent through.
Yeah, looks good. Gets the apex nicely through there, and good on the power, I think. Yeah, this might be a quick lap from him.
This could be this could go for pole, I think, if he's quick. Go on.
Nice exit. Let's see if he's able to pull it off.
Looks solid.
Alu goes fastest by half a tenth.
Wow.
Yeah. Beats out Bambino, and Bambino has invalidated his final run. Bambino will not be starting this race on pole. DDK invalidated as well. Trems invalidated as well. The Salieri still on a lap in that final sector. Let's see what he can do. Although he is about 7 tenths off of provisional pole time at the moment, but still, don't count him out. We know he can be quick as he approaches the final corner now. One more corner left as he misses the apex a bit. But he does get it. No, he doesn't get the exit quite right there. The rear just wants to step out, and I don't think he'll be improving enough. No, he stays 5th. So that means, unless we see a surprise from the back from Italiano Rigo, it's going to be Alu on pole for the first time in Tier 2. Pyro improves to go just ahead of his teammate in P15. Rigo, one of the last people still on a lap, going through that twisty and technical final sector now. Saeed. Let's see where
Saeed
Rigo
gets
can go.
to 5th.
Wow, what a lap from Saeed. That is great.
Wow.
Rigo, who we know is so quick, let's see what time he can set. Will he be able to improve from P16 on the grid? Yes, he does. That is a mighty jump for him. He goes up to P7 with a 39.5, but it is Alu Palu on top for this qualifying session, and he takes pole position, beats out Bambino. Wow, what a lap from him, right?
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, he was threatened to do that, I think, for the whole session. So it's impressive that he's put it together. I think a little bit fortunate that Bambino had invalidated, because he did look like he was on a bit of a flyer there. But you've got to be in it to win it.
Yep. At the end, that's all that matters. Is
that Finn really? Yeah, exactly. That Finn really knows what to do with his wet surfaces.
Yeah, he does. Stuff. Yep. That's
my joke, by the way, guys.
Right. Very impressive from Alu. He takes pole position. Bambino in second. DDK with a great lap puts himself in P3. He's only 3 tenths shy, you know. He could be fighting for potentially the win in the race. Naked Champ in P4, Saeed P5, Trems P6, Italiano Rigo P7, Salieri P8, Rollerula and Jag Kings P9 and 10. Yeah,
a much closer grid than we saw in Belgium, probably because of Bambino's invalidation.
Right.
But yeah, to be only a half a tenth behind, whereas it was about 10 times that gap last time, is pretty pretty impressive.
Quite literally 10 times that gap last time.
Yeah, well, it was, yeah. More than that. But impressive. Well done, Alu. Gotta say it.
Yep.
So, dry race. After all that shenanigans, will the drivers have gone for a dry setup? I think they probably did.
Yeah, I reckon you have to. If you know the race ahead is dry, it's not worth getting track position, especially at a track like this where overtaking it's very possible. So
what's the strategy today here, Bloodblade?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person because I have not driven a lap on this track. Maybe like 2 in time trial at some point or something, but I have no idea how long the tires last, so I'll be finding this out for the first time when I watch these drivers go around the track.
Fair enough. Well, I will give you what I know. Avoid the softs like the plague.
Right.
And the rest of them are pretty similar. Medium hards aren't that different. For a bit of reference for those ALRs out there, I was able to keep up with Mitchell Polhouse.
Wow.
On the mediums when he was on the softs. So, you know.
Oh, wait.
Anyway,
We're going. All right, we have 5 red lights. It's lights out, and away we go. It looks like Alu might have gotten the better of the starts, and he has. Bambino is just going to have to tuck behind him and into the slipstream. And he's not challenging him going into turn 1. DDK looks for maybe a move down the inside as we have Saeed and Trems going at it side by side through turn 2. And it looks like it's Saeed who's kept the position ahead of Trems. Further back, we have Rolla maybe trying to move down the inside of Italiano Rigo, and he gets the position on those medium tires with the tire advantage. But Rigo's going to have the switch back and maybe try around the outside, but just not enough grip there to hang it around the outside. And Rolla gets himself up into P7. Further ahead, I don't think we'll have Bambino challenging Alu quite yet, as we have Hyped and Rigo now as well going at it. Hyped is going to try for a move down the inside on these medium tires. Will he be able to get it done? Yes, he will. No, he won't. Rigo swoops around the outside and manages to defend the position very well and keeps it ahead of Hyped. He's doing his best to defend from the drivers behind with the tire advantage. Obviously, I think starting on hards here might be the better idea, just because it's harder to get safety cars.
It really depends on the grid around you.
Hyped now goes down the inside of Rigo.
Hard medium is the quicker strap.
Yep. Hyped gets the position ahead of Rigo, and now he has to deal with the soft runners behind, or the soft runner singular, I should say. I'll turn on the tire. Right then, not an awful lot in terms of collisions or carnage here at Paracard on lap 1. So Alupalu is still leading. The start of lap 2. It's a nice healthy gap to Bambino as well. So it looks like Rigo's the only one with Rigo and Pyro and Jaguar are the only 3 people who opted for the hard tires at the start. So maybe they know something that the rest of the grid doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure they do.
Yeah.
I think mediums. I think if people, I suppose they don't know what tires other people are starting on, but I would always start with what the majority of people around you start on, if you're sort of where Rigo was. But
yeah,
you know what? I think the McLarens might know something that I don't.
Yes, starting on the soft tires. I mean,
because. They are really not great. They will dig off in about 3 laps and they will be going backwards.
Yeah. I can't see those tires lasting very long. Maybe they were hoping for a safety car or something, as we have Julio going down the inside of I Am Groot before scene corner, and he gets it done. Nice move from him. Possibly ERS assisted, but nonetheless gets the move done, as we have DDK dropping down the order, and maybe he's had a bit of an issue there as he's going wide and losing out. He's lost 3 positions there. As now,
it looks like him and Bambino had a coming together because Saeed and Naked Champ have both bumped.
Oh, right. Bambino drops down as well.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right, so now we have Rolla.
No, maybe it wasn't.
We have Rolla trying around the outside of DDK into turn 1. See if he can hang it out around the outside, leaves the space, and he gets the position. Not quite, actually, as the Ferrari now is hanging on and just manages to keep it ahead of Rolla. It's very nice defending from DDK right there. Remember to check Saeed's ERS percentage, as Saeed has moved himself up into P2.
You know what? I've just checked it. He has more than Alu. He has more than Naked Champ. He has almost the exact same amount as Bambino.
Wow, Saeed actually using his ERS properly.
Is this Saeed learning?
Maybe it is, as we can see Hyped trying it down the inside of Rolla, and he finally does get that position ahead of the Aston Martin. Further back, we have Mini Turns and Reese going at it into the chicane. It looks like Mini is just going to squeeze ahead with that tire advantage on those softs. But let's see how much longer that stays as an advantage, because I don't think those tires are going to last a lot longer. Steva says you're capping.
I don't know what he's on about, really. I think he needs to watch his mouth, all right? Because we checked, right? We pulled the numbers up.
Yeah, we have receipts, dude. Saeed is learning from his mistakes.
Yeah, man.
Keep an eye on Bambino here.
He's, quite crucially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think crucially, Saeed has looked like he's got decent pace. He's kept that gap at about 1.2 seconds.
Yeah,
last lap or so.
He's not quite managed to pull out of the DRS of the Naked Champ further behind, but the Naked Champ also with DRS is not close enough to really make any moves, so this is forming a bit of a DRS train over here, I think.
Saeed, almost in DRS of Alu. Will he get it? He has. Oh, he's only got to done it.
Wow. Saeed
has got into the DRS range.
You know, this might actually be a nice surprise for us.
It's about to be Saeed. Yeah, he might actually go for the race lead. We know how much he uses his ERS.
As we have DDK and Trems going at it, it looks like DDK is just going to stay ahead of Trems out of the chicane, but he is flashing now. And we have Bambino and the Naked Champ going at it as well. Bambino clears him around the outside before we even reach Scene Corner. It's lovely from Bambino and crucial for him, but he is outside of that DRS range of Saeed. Let's see if he can try and claw some time back and towards the end of the lap keep it alive. Saeed looks like he has mega pace at the moment, actually. 5/10 now, his gap to ALR.
He is.
And he's not letting Bambino catch up within his DRS yet. And I'm going to eat my words as Bambino is now back within his DRS.
Watch out for Trems. The red light of DDK is spelling danger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I make your own jokes up, I don't know.
Oh, you're stupid.
It is flashing though, that's what I say.
Alright. Dude, just look at Saeed over here, 2/10 behind Alu now. I'm gonna take another look and see how much ERS he has.
Are we about to get Saeed? Right, Saeed. I'll tell you a little story. Saeed was in Tier 4 last game. He spent $10,000 on a sim rig, and now he's jumped up to Tier 2.
Alu weaving to try and break the slipstream. Will it be enough though? Is Saeed going to try and go for it towards the chicane? He's going to pick the outside line and try and swoop around the outside. If Alu doesn't quite get it, breaks a bit too early, but now maybe on the switchback towards Scene. He's following very closely behind, only 2/10 is his gap. He should go for it now if he wants to get this position, and he is going to try it down the inside. Alu flashing, not enough ERS to defend. Saeed now is going to have a lunge towards the inside. Is he? No, he doesn't. He just backs out of it. He's going to maybe want to try and stick in that DRS and recover a bit of battery. That would be the smart decision from him to hold on for another lap. But yeah, I'm very
mature
impressed.
Drive from Saeed.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Very mature.
Very impressed with what Saeed has been. He's been cooking this past week or something because he has some mega pace to be able to challenge Alu like that.
Good stuff, but are we going to see a threat from Bambino behind who has almost the exact same ERS?
Maybe we will.
Oh, Saeed goes deep and Bambino's all over the back of him.
Yeah, but not quite close enough to try it into the next corner. Saeed is going to keep that DRS privilege for this next straight as he is only 5/10 behind, and Alu flashing does not have enough battery to defend from Saeed behind, but I don't think Saeed is quite close enough to maybe go for it on this lap, or on this straight, rather. Alu weaving once again to break the slipstream. Saeed is having none of it. Gets close once again towards the chicane, goes around the outside, tries to hang it around, but Alu just gives him the squeeze, and he has to back out of it once again, as now Bambino is very close on the back of Saeed, and he's going to try it.
Beast took him out!
No.
Beast took him out! What?
No.
Oh, that's a pull-in. What is he doing?
And Saeed gets disqualified.
Saeed gets disqualified. You know what? I think watching that, full blame has to go on Bambino. That was...
Yeah. That was... That is heartbreaking. That is absolutely heartbreaking.
Yeah, you know what? I feel awful for him there because he was racing really well.
Yeah.
And I hope when he goes and watches this back, he knows that he was doing a really good job.
He was in it.
I'm sorry, mate. That was gutting.
That is just wow. But anyways, we move on. Bambino now only 3/10 behind the current race leader Alu Palu. 7 laps done. Mediums should be looking to get swapped off around lap 11, lap 12, I think. Right? That sounds about right.
Yep. Sounds about right. You can almost run the mediums and the hard for the same amount of time on this track. They have very little difference in wear.
So we have Trems and DDK going at it, but I'm not going to miss this. Bambino trying to go down the inside of Alu, and he does get the position ahead of him. Bambino is now your new race leader here in Paul Ricard. DDK gets ahead of Trems and moves himself up into P4. However, he does have a penalty. We'll wait to see if that proves costly towards the end of the race. Yeah, Mitchell says that might have been desync. I'm not too sure about that, man.
Yeah,
maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
It's possible, but I don't know why it was so close. Anyway, he was right up the back of him.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just have to
desync, but...
you just have to pull out of it, you know. Gotta know when to pull out.
Yeah. Exactly. You don't want to pull out too late.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Right. It's a family stream. Blood.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm keeping it PG. I'm talking about slipstreams. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly, yeah. You want to stay in the slipstream as long as possible to get yourself that...
and then pull out at the very last second.
Top speed? Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly. As Rigo now very close behind the back of Hyped, not quite close enough to have him move into turn 1, but he's going to try and keep the DRS for this next straight. Those hards may be proving to be a bit quicker than the mediums at this stage of the race, as Hyped takes a very weird line through that corner and goes wide and onto the rumble strips. That is going to allow Rigo to easily pass him, as Hyped does not have the benefit of DRS from the car in front. Weaves a bit to try and break the slipstream, but I guarantee that it's pointless. Rigo is going to go cruising around the outside of him, and he does. Before they reach the corner, Rigo has moved himself up into P6. It's very nicely done from him. Further ahead, we have DDK and the Naked Champ going at it. DDK tries around the outside, and he does get the position going into Scene Corner. He's moved himself up into P3. This is a great drive from him so far. Very, very solid. And the Naked Champ not quite close enough to fight that position back. So we have Hyped and Rigo going at it once again. It looks like Hyped has gotten back past Rigo as Rigo goes wide into there and loses a bit of time. Yeah, these two are really going at it, aren't they?
We're hitting the crossover point now where the mediums and hards are very similar.
Yep.
In speed. So I think this could be a battle that goes on for a few more laps. Watch for the DRS down this straight. Rigo might have a go.
Yeah, I mean, 6 cents behind. I'm not sure if he's going to be close enough. Mini Turns has actually went 7 laps on those soft tires. As, he comes into a bit of contact there on the exit with Hallonen. And just manages to keep the position ahead of him. It's Jack Kings and Rigo now going at it. And it looks like Jack Kings has got past him. Rigo maybe had a mistake into turn 1. He's lost a lot of time to the car in front.
Rigo's going slowly. Hyped wide again through that corner.
I'm just looking at this pack at the back. We have Mini Turns really close behind I Am Groot, and I think he's going to go for a move in this DRS zone. Both of them low on battery. Let's see if he can pull it off with the help of DRS. Moves towards the inside, going to try and move on the inside of I Am Groot, breaks later, and he does get the position ahead of him. I Am Groot falls closely behind, though. Maybe, just maybe, going to try and get the position back. You know, it looks like Mini Turns is in great control of that car, even though he's on old softs. Like...
Yeah, the softs aren't great, and you can definitely see a gap between Step and Mini Turn, but it looks like a pretty controlled drive.
Yeah.
Think.
Slimmy Cam just taps Hallonen around, and Hallonen, he spins out and loses it in the middle sector. He was tapped from the back by Slimmy Cam, and That is
stop you there.
unfortunate.
Alu is just about to pass Bambino.
Alu, Palu, and Bambino going into turn 1.
Lead.
Alu clears him before we reach turn 1. That is very impressive from Alu. Moves himself back up into the lead of this race. Stable will be pretty happy about that one, I think. Yeah, your man's back on top, Stable.
Once again, retakes it.
Mm-hmm.
This front 3 pack here, the DDK, Bambino, and Alu are all very evenly matched.
Yep, and DDK is going to try around the outside of Bambino. Bambino maybe not getting the best of exits. DDK is going to try and use some battery to clear him, but he doesn't have much. Using that slipstream to great effect. Will he be able to get it? Yes, he does. Bambino drops down to P3 in the space of a sector and a half. Bambino's having a bit of a tough time out there, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe the guilt of Saeed is weighing down on his car and slowing him down slightly.
So we have Hyped and Jack Kings maybe going to try side by side into the scene, and Hyped around the outside tries to hang it out, but yeah, I mean, the outside is just not a good place to be for that corner, and he has to settle behind Jack Kings, who's moved himself up into P6. Back to what you were saying about the weight of his sins, right?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I think all that guilt might be carrying a bit of weight with the car. He's
an extra few kilos
almost
slowing him down. Yeah, I can see that happening. That makes sense to me.
Affected the balance.
So we have Jack Kings and Hyped going at it once again. Down the inside, Hyped goes, and Jack Kings has to back out and sell for 7th, as now Rigo tries it down the inside, as does Jaguar, both swooping around the outside of him. And Jack Kings has lost 3 positions there in the span of 2 corners. Hi, Saeed. We know you got murdered.
Yeah, we're sorry, bud, because you did really well.
DDK is going to try for the lead down the inside of Alu, and he does get it ahead of Alu. And DDK, from all the way back in P6, is now leading this race on lap 11. So if he wants to box on this lap, that'll give him big advantage. I would definitely say to pit on this lap, as Alu's going to try it again, maybe down the inside towards this corner. Will he be able to get it? He tries to maybe push DDK a bit. Both of them keeping it clean, and DDK just has to back out of it, and Alu retakes the lead in Sector 3 on lap 11.
Groot and Slimmy, both round.
Oh.
Back.
Oh no.
Bit of an off there.
As now DDK goes into the pits. Right. Oh, no, that's not what he did. He gets 5 seconds.
DDK, what are you doing, man?
That is tragic.
That is gutting. You know, that's a classic Ferrari move. That.
Yes, that is a Ferrari move if I've ever seen one.
But them's the brakes, eh?
Yep. Just keep an eye on Bambino here. He might try a move maybe on Alu, only 4/10 behind. Has a bit of an advantage with battery as well. Let's see what Bambino can do. He's going to try it down the inside, and I have a feeling he's just going to sail past Alu. Yeah, as the naked champ maybe looks for it, but not quite close enough to get him. Bambino retakes the lead. We've had, I believe, four different race leaders. Pretty sure we've had 4.
Yep. Bambino, Alu, DDK,
and Saeed.
I count 3.
Yep, that's probably 3. He could have been.
I was waiting to celebrate. Yeah. So, we're getting sort of near the halfway point.
Yep.
Who do you think is in contention for the win?
I think it's anybody's game. Even Trems is caught up to this pack. He's within their DRS. Pretty much anybody within this top 4. DDK, you kind of have to count him out, unfortunately, with his 8 seconds of penalties. But it's as Jack Kings gets 5 seconds as well. The speed limit, mini turns as well. Oh god. Yeah, the speed
Blimey.
limit being 60 here just catches so many people off guard. Julio as well. Can anybody
Who else?
not get a penalty
Gene.
this time? Fucking hell,
I think
guys.
Salieri will do it next. I don't want to jinx him, but I think he will.
God, I sure hope not. Pretty sure
Find
almost
out.
almost
Next
everybody
time.
who's pitted has gotten a penalty. If not everyone.
Yeah, it must just catch people out because it's a different speed limit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Compared to
lot
most.
lower.
Classic Paul Ricard. They just have to do everything a little bit differently, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Think they're so
Let's
special.
make our track look like a French flag. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that's never been done before.
Yeah. We've never seen painted curbs.
Yep. Right, so lap 13. Right. Surely we'll be seeing Bambino, Alu, the Naked Champ, everybody coming to the pits this lap.
You'd think.
But no, Bambino carries on. Slimmy Cam, 3-second penalty. Naked Champ goes into the pits, avoids the penalty. That's probably the most impressive thing I've seen this entire race. It's just...
So does hyped.
Yeah.
It's not going to be who gets a penalty, it's going to be who avoids the penalty.
Exactly. Yeah. But with DRS...
Salieri, got a pit.
Oh!
Hey, I was right.
God damn it, Millsy.
I called it.
You shouldn't be happy about this.
You just... I knew it was going to happen.
No, you cursed about it. That's a flat-out curse if I've ever seen one.
No.
Should be disappointed in yourself. Bambino, Alu's not quite close to Bambino, close enough to get the position just yet. Still behind in P2. It'll be really interesting to see where all these guys come out, especially with so many laps of undercut. So we have a yellow flag in Sector 1. That is for the Alpine of, I believe, Slimmy Can. Yes, it is. Slimmy Can going slowly. Must have had a spin or something.
Slimmy Can have a worse day. It really can't.
Yeah. Got a feel for the man.
Slimmy Can? More like Slimmy Can't.
Just
anyway,
leave.
Just
leave.
You know what? Not the try.
So Alu and Bambino stay out one more lap. Maybe, just maybe, we might be looking at the medium soft strategy from these guys, because they've gone well over half race distance on these medium tires. Just maybe thinking extend a bit longer.
I mean, the gap to the cars behind is probably what? Your closest opponent then is Rego or Jaguar. They could do it. I don't know why, but they could.
Yep.
I mean, there'd be... medium hard is faster. There's no if button maybe about it. Who knows? And I think that's Daxi there telling me that I shouldn't make jokes. But you know what? I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that was not your best work, I must say. Slimmy Cam has retired from the session in the pits, bringing an end to a very disappointing night for him, I'm sure. But hopefully he comes back next week
Slimmy cannot
stronger.
Finish the race. Yeah.
I'm not going to humor that. So we have Zab and Pyro going at it.
Slimmy can, it's Slimmy can. Oh.
Zab goes down the inside and gets the position ahead of the Haas. Further behind, we have Jack Kings and Hyped going at it. This is the most action we've seen in a few laps. Jack Kings manages to clear him. Zab and Reese as well. Towards Scene Corner, looks like Zab has gotten the position as Rigo gets a 3-second time penalty as Bambino and Trems both come into the pits, and it's Alu Palu who stays out for one more lap. Surely they put the softs on, right?
Well, I think at this point, obviously, they're going to. I don't know, again, I don't know why. Really, they're just letting Rigo into it, but...
Yep.
Who knows?
Bambino and Trems both on the softs. DDK is well past
predictable.
the both of them, but with his penalty, I doubt that he will be a factor to take into consideration for the race win.
So what's the gap from DDK to Bambino? Because they were at the same gap when they pitted.
Yeah,
It's like 6 seconds.
yeah, it's about that, a bit more.
So that was what it was worth. They will overturn 6 seconds, so...
Their tires might not be quicker towards the end, but they definitely will, as we have Reese and Pyro going at it, and it looks... Reese and Hyped, I'm sorry. And it looks like Hyped is just going to get the better of that and move himself up, as is Jack Kings. Reese had a bit of a nightmare through that last corner, as now Jags looks for a move towards the inside, but doesn't quite get it. It's just settled behind the Mercedes.
Spins.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Whoops.
Unfortunate.
Down to P11 for him.
Pits.
Finally
Avoids
out of
the
the pits.
penalty. So, what is the gap to Bambino and Trem's going to be? It's gonna be big.
I believe Bambino might get out in front, like, easily. Because even though he had colder tires, but... Yeah, but he's been held up quite a bit by the Naked Champ here, so I think it might be closer than you think. Alu in clear air? No, there's no shot, as Bambino is going to try it towards the inside, clears him before the braking zone. Alu all the way down in P5 on those cold tires. Yikes. So yeah, he has a bit of a job to do. Even though he has 1 lap fresher tires, he's going to have to push really hard to get back into that, as Rigo sets the fastest lap of the race on those medium tires.
In P13.
Where he belongs.
Oh, what? Who's had that?
I don't know, I didn't hear nothing. Right.
Shootout now. Who's gonna win? You've got to put your bets on Bambino.
Yeah, I mean, Bambino, with that advantage to Trems and just the tire advantage to everybody behind as well, he's going to drop the Naked Champ, and Trems and Alu are also going to get past him. Whether or not their tires hang on towards the end is a different thing altogether. Bambino is out of ERS, though.
I think DDK got it right. I think DDK had the winning strategy, but obviously the penalties are...
He definitely did. He had the pace as well. But
shame.
I guess it's just we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Bambino actually knows what he was doing and manages to get past him on track as well, as Bambino sets the fastest lap of the race on those soft tires. Pyro now finally going into the pits on those hard tires.
Yep.
Let's see what the closest fight is on track at the moment. It looks like it's Rigo and Mini Turns, as Rigo is going to maybe try it around the outside of turn 1 and 2. Not quite. Mini Turns flashing on that ERS, so not enough in the tank to try and defend, but he holds on for just a few more corners, as now Rolla on those soft tires is hounding Rigo from the back. As I am losing my voice once again. Apologies.
So, Bambino, has he passed Naked Champ? Was he already passed? I don't know, I wasn't paying
attention. Oh yeah, he cleared him like a couple laps ago, I think.
Sorry, I must have got bored. I never get bored.
Paul Ricard would do that too. Rigo trying it around the outside of Mini Turns, switches to the inside for the chicane. Is he going to be able to get it done? Mini Turns looks like he got the better exit out of that corner, but without any ERS, will he be able to defend into scene? Rigo following close behind in that slipstream. Flat out through here, maybe going to challenge into the next corner, as he is going to try and hang it around the outside. They're going wheel to wheel as Mini Turns taps him. They clip, and Mini Turns has spun around Rolla, having to avoid him as well. And the Naked Champ now getting swallowed up by those soft runners. Trems moves past, and I believe Alu will move past on this very same straight. Yes, he has the inside line and the superior grip.
He's giving it a go though, Naked Champ.
Yeah, try to hang it around the outside, but nothing he can realistically do.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Right.
Jaguar and Hyped
So-
going at it as well. Jaguar moves himself up past the Mercedes.
Alu's got a bit of a job on his hands here.
Yeah, he
Got
does.
4 seconds.
I mean,
4.5.
we know he's got pace, but does he have 4.5 seconds worth of pace on Bambino?
Yeah. We will have to see what sort of defense DDK can put up when he gets there.
Very
As
true.
DDK has used all of his battery, which was, you know.
Yeah, I think that's a
most
common
optimal
theme for a lot of drivers here. Just being too aggressive with the ERS, as Alu is now going to maybe look for a move down the inside of Trems, switches to the outside, but not quite there for him. Both of them on very similar tires. Alu obviously having 1 lap fresher tires, but it's not providing him with enough grip to move himself past. Jaguar and Hyped going at it again. Hype trying it down the inside, pushes Jaguar to the very edge of the track, but it is Jaguar who gets past, and Hyped goes for a switchback, but doesn't quite get it right. But he's still going to keep in it, try and maybe have a move down the inside. They're going wheel to wheel into the next corner. Hyped goes down the inside and does manage to clear Jaguar, as Jaguar gets really close to him off the back of that final corner. And Hyped steals the DRS from him as well. Bambino now 2/10 behind the race leader.
Alu has passed Trems. We just...
That's not good.
The hell?
What?
My game just died.
Your game crashed.
Yeah, it just went black.
Alright, well, I'm going to have to commentate over the race lead as it does switch and goes into the hands of Bambino, who manages to clear DDK well before the braking zone and moves himself up into P1. That is a crucial move for him because now he has clear air and he can really focus on getting those lap times in and trying to push as hard as he can to extend that gap to Alu and Trems as much as is possible. Just try and relaunch. You should still have the invite.
Yeah. I'm moving. Watch the stream.
Yes, sir. Just a spectator.
Yeah, man. Just
There you
wondered
are.
where I was. Yeah, alright. Let me get it back in.
Lovely.
What's that gap now? 4? Oh.
He has extended it a bit, I think. 4.7 almost.
Yep, I'm back. Right.
Yeah, so not an awful lot going on here. I think closest fight is Mini Turns and Julio, further back for P13 and 12. Yeah, I think Mini Turns is going to have a nice run on Julio in this DRS straight on the start-finish straight, as Jaguar and Hyped are going at it once again for, I believe, the 3rd lap in a row. Mini didn't quite get the right exit through there, so he's not going to be close enough to challenge into turn 1, unfortunately.
No. Very similar tyres at this point.
Yep.
Between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. You know what would really make this interesting?
A safety car.
You're in my mind.
No? Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I made it easier for you though, so don't gloat.
Not been many safety cars in the last couple of races.
You're kidding, right? Tier 2.
No, I meant like over the tiers. Sorry.
Oh,
I meant
right,
like,
right.
So like.
Yeah.
Tier 1.
I think we only had one in
three,
Tier 1, right? VSC and a full safety car, I think.
Yeah. I think I might have caused that one. I might have missed
With
that.
your shambolic Cité Rouge, right?
Don't know what about. Anyway, enough about that. What's going on? Not a lot.
Not a lot at the moment. That is correct. I think at the moment the closest fight that we have are these 3 cars, Jaguar, Hyped, and Rigo. All of them fighting for P7. Realistically, with the gap being 6 seconds to the next car in front, that would be the best he can do, as Hyped gets another penalty, 3 seconds. He's not going to be too happy with himself for that one. Holy shit.
That's... What?
No, nothing. Just ignore me.
Oh, hyped. Gets a bit of a slide on.
Yeah, they've been doing that all race, pretty much. It's a very tricky one, that. So we have a yellow flag in Sector 2. That is for the Ferrari of Halonen. Yes, it is. He's got going again, though. Now I believe... Oh, he comes into a bit of contact with the Haas of Pyro behind, and Pyro trying an opportunist move around the outside, but the gap wasn't quite there. So Halonen managed to keep his position.
This can only end badly. Oh my
looks
god.
Like might have gotten a bit deep there, and now Reese is going to try his luck on Pyro as well, and he does manage to get it, but 3 seconds of time penalties coming his way for corner cutting, and these 4...
Oh, Alu's got 3.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yeah, that happened a bit earlier, I think. The Ferrari of Halonen goes a bit wide, and they're almost 3 wide going into this next one, but not quite, and they manage to stay as they are, as Trems gets a 3-second penalty. Pyro very close to the back of Reese. Wow.
Blimey.
Yes. Oh, Reese and Pyro going at it. Reese trying it down the inside of Pyro, but doesn't quite get the exit, and Pyro is going to manage to hold on with that benefit of DRS. Yeah, these guys fighting for their lives here. Many turns went into the pits, serving a penalty at the moment, putting on those soft tires. Probably going to try and steal fastest lap from somebody. Which, fair enough, I'd do the same.
Let's do a little section on our race streams.
Yeah.
What's the crystal ball telling you, Bloodwave? Give me a top 10. Give me a points finishers.
Alright. I have looked deep within the crystal ball. I have it here right next to me. It's spoken to me in languages that you wouldn't understand.
No, I'm just a mortal.
It has told me that... Well, we already know what it's told me. It's told me that Bambino is going to win this race. DDK is going to drop down to P4. Alu is not going to finish ahead of Trems. Alright? I don't believe he will.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
And
a bold claim.
I think personally,
to argue with the crystal ball, eh?
You don't doubt the crystal ball, and when it tells you Mini Turns is going to come back from P17 to take P10 in the final points finishing position, right? You got to believe it, because there is going to be a safety car on this very lap. That is what the crystal ball is telling me.
The crystal ball. Okay.
You don't doubt it, all right? You don't doubt it.
Safety car's not very likely, but you know what? Okay.
Yep.
We'll see.
Oof. Yeah, these are a lot of penalties. Only 5 drivers. Oh, Naked Champ, the latest to fall victim to the track limit penalties. Yeah, they're tough, man.
It's a very... The pace on this track comes from extending the track limits.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sort of guaranteed that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, when you have drivers
everyone hates this track.
Pushing to the limit as these guys are.
Pass by Jaguar on Rigo. Smoothly done.
Opportunist, but Rigo's going to try it around the inside, but not quite. Jaguar manages to hold it out. Well done, Jaguar. That's great from him.
Yeah. Unpenalized as well.
Yeah, he'll be... Well, it's a shame that his gap to the car in front is pretty small, but... Oh, is Rigo's going to try it down the inside towards the final corner? If I could get a good camera angle on this, and he does get past, and he's going to have the benefit of DRS as well. Jaguar behind does not have DRS, so he's going to... Rigo's going to keep this position into turn 1 quite easily, I reckon.
I think you might be right about that.
That's some good racing from those two. Pair of them.
Definitely, yeah.
Another look at penalties.
How are we looking?
Oh, yellow flag.
14 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Is a Ferrari doing something? Oh, it's hit the pit wall.
It's up to some mischief down there. Retires from the session in the pits. Hallinan bringing an end to his night.
Yeah. Unlucky, because he looked like he had a bit of pace in qualifying.
Jaguar is going to try around the outside of Rigo into the chicane, and Rigo's going to try and fight this one back for as long as he can. Jaguar looks like he might have gotten a bit of a better exit, but they're going to go 3 wide into Scene Corner as Hyped now tries it down the inside of the both of them, and he gets the place ahead of both cars on that exit. That was smart from Hyped on lap 25 of 27 of this race. Those tires may be coming into play a bit more towards the end of this race. Just maybe those
that
hards.
Wasn't 3 wide. That was 3 very wide. I mean, they were literally spread. Why do that? Who knows?
Rigo's going to try it again, maybe try and keep the position down the inside. He goes of Hyped, and he is going to get DRS as well. This is very smart from Rigo, going for a move in the very last corner after the detection zone, so he manages to keep the place. As now Jaguar is going to maybe try and move around the outside, just manages to get his car past the Mercedes, and Hyped, as quick as he got past those two, he falls right back down behind them again.
Yep, that was short-lived.
Yep. Still provided us with some entertainment, I guess.
Yeah. It's like we've reached the end of a really long podcast. And we're like, come on, boys, can we wrap? No, I'm joking. I love this race.
Do you?
Of course, mate.
So Hyped is going to try for it again down the inside of Jaguar, and he does get the position ahead of him, clears him before the braking zone. These three, I have a feeling they're going to keep swapping around for the rest of this race. Just pretty much, it's anyone's game who could come out on top at the end of these last 2 laps.
Yeah.
By the way, Trems maybe...
The...
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Oh, okay. So we're approaching the end of the race. Who would you say was your driver of the day?
You know, if I'm being honest, I would still give it to DDK, just because, like, if you look at him, he's closing in once again to Bambino, and if he didn't have those penalties, that would have been a masterclass from him to move himself up in a P2. I know, of course, you have to take penalties into account, but still, I just feel like he's done a great job today.
I'd agree he's done a great job. I really would. I think the penalties, you do have to, like, put a bit of a skew on it. He is that quick, but he also has 8 seconds of penalties. Right. Had he had a good day, I think he would have been my shout. But I think you've got to give it to Bambino.
Hold on, have a look at Trems here now, getting past Alu. I believe he must have saved up a bit of his ERS, as he has 25% compared to Alu's 11% right behind. So on this last lap, he does manage to get past Alu, and that position will stand because they both have 3-second time penalties. I'm just going to switch to the penalties for a second. So DDK with 8 seconds at the moment will drop down to P4, I believe. So we have Jaguar and Hyped going at it again on this final lap, as it looks like Jaguar is going to try and hang around the outside. I will have to switch to Bambino in just a second as he rounds the final corner. It has been a lovely performance from Bambino out in front, and he takes the checkered flag in first and wins here at Paul Ricard. DDK finishes in second, but that will not quite stand as he has penalties. As actually, he manages to secure P2 because Trems and Alu both at 3 seconds. I completely forgot about that. Jaguar and Hyped going at it in the final corner. Hyped is going to try for the switchback and maybe get the position ahead of Jaguar, and on track he finishes in front but drops further back down because of those penalties. Wow. Yeah.
Impressive.
That was a good race.
That was. Quite a little shout out to Zab. He gained 8 places during the race.
Wow.
I think. Was he not like 14? Something like 14, 15?
Yeah, he gained 8. Spot on. Moved himself up 8 places there.
Yeah, impressive by him. I think he'd actually probably be my driver of the day.
Right.
That was a good performance.
So,
Well done.
just looking at it, Bambino wins by 9.3 seconds. So even if you were to hypothetically get a 5-second penalty for taking Said out there, I don't think it would matter.
5 second. Give him 10. Saeed, he had a great race. All right.
Yeah, for all 3 laps that he raced, right?
Well, okay. You raise a good point, but you know what? We were robbed there.
Yeah.
Although Bambino did race really well. So.
I think Bambino would have had it anyway, but yeah, still, damn shame.
A damn shame. Mitchell, never make a joke again. Never.
Mitchell, that is somehow worse than what Millsy has been saying.
Yeah, that is never lift a pen onto paper. Or, not pen. Never type again. Right.
Alright then, Big Bambino, your race winner, takes fastest lap as well, so that will be 26 points more added to his total tally, moving him up to, I believe, 51 points so far in 2 races. Finishes ahead of DDK with a fantastic podium. P2, he dropped down a bit at the start, but he managed to claw his way back up. Trems finishes P3. Alu Palu started on pole, but dropped down, lost a few positions, and just misses out on the podium. Naked Champ further behind in P5, Zab P6, Rigo P7, Jaguar P8, Rolla P9, and Hyped rounds off your top 10 at France today.
Wow, well that was a good one. I enjoyed that.
That was fun.
As always, pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yep, of course, anytime. And make sure to tune in on Sunday for Tier 1 and Tier 3. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.